Hey, what's up, Mark here, and today we'll be talking about DRM for Xboxes. So, the purpose for DRM, just really quick and short out there, was to protect the intellectual property rights of game developers. Now, first I should go into what intellectual property is. It's a government guarantee to the use, sale, and distribution of one's product. Now, the whole purpose for intellectual property was to defend the rights of the creators and to make sure that they're getting what they want out of their product, so somebody else can't steal their idea. Now, how this relates to game developers is that people would pirate games or basically redistribute illegally their goods, so they'd be losing money. They'd be out on all the hard work that they've put into it, to their games, and all the money that they took developing it, because it takes a lot of money to develop games. So they'd be out money if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for DRM, because these guys would pirate their games. And if you're wondering how to do that on Xbox, you can just look that up. It is a thing, actually. I didn't think it was until just recently. But actually, this is a really valid concern. If people would pirate their goods, they'd be making less revenue, and if they're making less revenue, there's no point in making a game. Eventually, at some point, their operating costs are, well, I'm not going to get into that, or I will in a little bit, I should say. But if they're not making any money, no point in making a game, pretty much. Without these game developers producing games, there'd be no point in the console and making as many consoles as they make, because if there's no games to play on them, no point in having a console. Which, well, I'll get in a different story about why there's no point for consoles altogether, but I'll get to that on a different topic. I'm kind of like digressing a little bit. Oh, and ignore the Minecraft gameplay. I'm just kind of... This is a live com, by the way. These are kind of hard to do. This is kind of hard to rant and then plant some reeds, or whatever the hell these are, sugar canes? Yeah. It's kind of hard to do this all at once, but I'm making it work. Yeah, without the games, there'd be no need for producing Xboxes, and also I'm pretty sure that Microsoft and Sony get a certain cut out of these games, the right to publish on their console. Don't quote me on that, but I think that might be the case. But anyway, so that was the whole reason for DRM. But for whatever reason, people are lashing out against it. Probably just 'cause they cannot. Probably because it makes buying used games a little bit more inconvenient, even though it's still cheaper. It's still a worthwhile market. People are just stupid. Sorry, I hate to say it, but it's true. And we would have gotten a lot of benefits out of DRM. I'm not going to go into those. You could watch E3 conference and see for yourself, and decide for yourself whether or not that was actually beneficial or not. But you can take a look at the facts, and see for yourself. I don't have time to comment on it. But anyway, this is a good thing. DRM would have been a good thing, but apparently people want to be stuck in the 90s and have their games on a disc. Whatever. It's probably just that sense of ownership feeling, but come on now, that's dying out. And it's also, well, okay, I'm done on this topic. Another thing that people were lashing out on Microsoft about was region lock. Now, what region locking was that they would only provide Xbox Live service to certain areas, like to certain countries around the world. And people were quite upset about this. They were thinking like, oh man, why would you not sell it in certain areas? That doesn't make any business sense. You're going to be limiting your number of consumers. It didn't make any sense there until you saw the news, which stated that Xbox will be opening up 300,000 new Xbox servers for Live. In case you didn't know, it costs a lot of money to run servers. If you play PC games, you'll know why. Especially Minecraft servers, like this one. Well, I don't know about like this one, but the big ones, they cost a lot of money to run. Just look up some prices. Also for Battlefield and all them, but anyway, Xbox, yeah, these servers are coming up, and they cost a lot of money. And that service, and because of this cost, this operating cost, they've had to limit their availability of these servers to areas where it'll make financial sense for them to do it. So in America, United Kingdom, and all that, perfect sense for them to have the servers there. Uganda, well, probably not. The reason for this is that if there's no money to be made, then there's no point in having it there. Well, for the most part. So if you can't meet the variable cost of running servers with less revenue in those areas, then they just shouldn't have the servers there in the first place. That's just simple economics. Okay, so the fixed cost would be like just buying the actual server equipment. The variable cost would be the cost for running it. If you can't afford to run the servers, if you can't afford just the running costs, like you can pay the fixed costs back later. If you can't afford the variable costs, then there's no point in running them. And that's like a basic economic principle. I don't know if it has a name or not, but shutdown point, I think. But that's just the reason for doing that, I think. They haven't actually gone out and said it. I'm just speculating on the issue. I'm just kind of wandering around the desert here right now. I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm speculating on that. People are giving Microsoft a lot of crap. They think they're tyrannical, taking over the world, all that. It's bullshit. Yeah. That should be about it. I'll ramble on another video. It's about time for me to leave. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot. Hope Mark signing out. See you guys.